remove something, let there be a resource for us to be able to tap on to if the need arises.
A big SOS from veterans as the federal government takes a sledgehammer to VA jobs. Good evening and thanks so much for choosing KLBK News. I'm Terry Furman.
I'm Matt Stell. Cuts to the federal workforce have now reached the VA, with the department expected to fire at least 80,000 workers nationwide. And that has veterans both across the country and here in Lubbock pretty concerned tonight.
For sure. KLBK's McKenna Earnhardt is here in studio this evening. McKenna, some of the members of our local VFW just got back from Washington speaking with lawmakers about these potential cuts, right?
That's right, Terry, and they tell me it was a packed house from veteran groups all around the nation, voicing their worries about what these cuts could mean, especially when it comes to health care.
We want this Congress to do in the federal government is for us to honor the contract.
And according to Marine Corps veteran Benny Guerrero, the contract says the government will take care of its veterans after their time in the service.
We honored our service. We served honorably. We fought our wars. We came back, and now some of us need health care.
In an effort to shrink the size of the federal government, the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs is set to begin mass layoffs later this year, with 80,000 workers potentially getting cut.
We'll be making major changes, so get used to it. Right now, VA's biggest problem is that its bureaucracy and inefficiencies are getting in the way of customer convenience and service to veterans.
But Guerrero sees it differently.
Whenever we do lose a VA employee, it's a ripple effect, and it causes delays in some of our health care. When you cut the VA benefits, you force the families to be the caregivers for that veteran in which you promise under the contract. You promise to care for us.
Guerrero, who is also a veterans advocate and member of the local VFW, says he understands that the president is trying to cut costs, but he just wants the government to take things slow.
Don't take that, that chainsaw to this. Use a scalpel.
That's why Guerrero and veterans from across the nation went to D.C. to make their voices heard.
We put everything on the table and what the potential hazards are and what the risks are. See, when you gut something, somebody loses a job. But in the VA, when you cut somebody might lose their life.
Now back home, Guerrero wants the thousands of veterans here in West Texas to know this is just the start of another battle.
We have advocates in D.C. and we have advocates here in Lubbock and at the state that are fighting for you. Don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged.
And Guerrero said he did walk away from his conversations last week with lawmakers feeling quite hopeful.